like and subscribe. Humanity's fury. The Galactic Council chambers erupted into chaos as the holographic display showed a Zorathian invasion fleet. Worlds burned and civilizations fell while the Council's greatest minds debated in fear. The normally serene chamber buzzed with the sounds of arguments. This was a prestigious alliance of the most advanced civilizations, priding itself on peace, knowledge, and technological prowess. But yet, it had never faced a threat like this. The towering spires and floating platforms of the chamber, adorned with symbols of unity and wisdom, seemed to mock the Council's current state of turmoil. Humanity, the latest addition to this esteemed alliance, stood apart. Known for their aggressiveness and warrior-like spirit, humans were viewed with disdain. General B.N.Rocker listened in frustration as the Council hesitated. His broad shoulders and stern gaze reflected the determination of a species that had clawed its way into the galactic stage. The Zorathian Empire, a force of unrivaled malevolence, had begun its conquest of the galaxy. Their advanced technology and ruthless tactics made them a terrifying adversary, capable of decimating entire star systems. Holographic images showed Zorathian warships laying waste to planets, their advanced ships raining destruction upon defenseless worlds. Cities were reduced to rubble, fleeing ships disintegrated by the Zorathian firepower as the desperate pleas for help come in from world after world. "These monsters have no regard for life," Rocker muttered under his breath, clenching his fists as another world fell to the Zorathian onslaught. "We must negotiate," insisted one of the council members, a tall, blue-skinned alien whose species was known for its diplomacy. "We cannot match their firepower head-on." "Negotiations is a fool's errand," Rocker snapped. "The Zorathians understand only strength. We need to act now, or more worlds will burn." The chamber fell silent as the council members turned their attention to Rocker. The disdain in their eyes was clear. Humanity's reputation for aggression was well known, but their resilience was undeniable. "The Zorathians are unlike any enemy we've faced," continued Rocker. "Their technology surpasses ours, and their tactics are ruthless, but we have something they lack, an unyielding spirit. We cannot afford to wait while the council debates. We must take the fight to them." Murmurs of discontent and fear rippled through the chamber. Some council members nodded in agreement, while others exchanged skeptical glances. The decision to include humanity in the council had been contentious, and now that decision was being put to the ultimate test. "The council must vote," declared the presiding member, an ancient being whose wisdom was revered throughout the galaxy. "We must decide whether to stand and fight or seek a diplomatic solution." As the vote commenced, Rocker felt a surge of frustration. He knew the council's fear would likely lead to indecision. His eyes met those of his fellow human representatives, and a silent understanding passed between them. If the council failed to act, humanity would have to take matters into its own hands. The decision came in, projected in a holographic display above the council chamber. It solidified Rocker's worst fears. A wave of frustration washed over him. The council had chosen diplomacy, a path he knew would lead to more destruction. The holographic display shifted, showing real-time footage of the Zorathian onslaught. Planet-wide bombardments turned thriving metropolises into smoldering ruins. Entire species were enslaved, their infrastructure obliterated by the relentless Zorathian war machine. The brutal efficiency of the enemy left no doubt about their intentions. Total domination. "We cannot simply wait for them to reach our doorstep." Rocker's voice cut through the chaos. "Every moment we delay, more lives are lost." His plea, urgent, but yet it seemed to fall on deaf ears. The council, unaccustomed to such overt displays of aggression, recoiled. In shock, they debated the ethical implications of war, the potential for peaceful resolution, and the consequences of escalating the conflict. But Rocker saw the truth. The Zorathians would not be swayed by diplomacy. They understood only power and submission. The council's fear of escalating the conflict paralyzed them, rendering them incapable of decisive action. "General Rocker," the presiding member spoke, "you are ordered to stand down. The council has spoken. We will seek a diplomatic solution." Rocker's frustration boiled over. He clenched his fists, his mind racing with the implications of this disastrous decision. To delay was to invite more death and destruction. The Zorathians will not negotiate. They will conquer, Rocker shouted. As the council members returned to their debates, Rocker felt a surge of determination. He glanced at his fellow human representatives, their expressions mirroring his own resolve. They knew what had to be done, even if the council did not. "Commander," he said, turning to his fleet commander, "we cannot wait for their permission. Prepare the fleet. We move at dawn." Rocker and his team retreated to their quarters, where they began to finalize their plans. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. As he looked at the holographic display of burning worlds, Rocker thought, humanity will not go quietly into the night. General Rocker and his team finalized their strategy, preparing for an unsanctioned counteroffensive. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and humanity was ready to defy the odds. The Zorathians will learn to fear the spirit of humanity. The fight for the galaxy was just beginning. General Rocker contacts the EUN, Earth's United Nations, who agreed with the general and gave him the green light for Operation Humanity's Fury. The first human strike against the Zorathians came like a thief in the night, unexpected and devastating. Out of the darkness, human ships emerged. Utilizing innovative guerrilla tactics, the human fleet struck swiftly. General Rocker's plan was in motion, and every detail had been meticulously crafted to exploit the element of surprise. The first wave of human fighters, equipped with AI-assisted targeting computers, swarmed the Zorathian ships. These fighters were a marvel of human engineering, allowing them to outmaneuver their foes with unprecedented agility. The fighters' adaptive camouflage blended seamlessly with the starry backdrop, making them nearly invisible until it was too late. Rocker watched from the command ship, his eyes fixed on the holographic display showing the unfolding battle. The Zorathians were reacting, but their response was disjointed, unprepared for the ferocity of the human assault. "Stay focused," he ordered through the comms. "We've got them on the run." Human ships darted between the Zorathian vessels, launching targeted strikes that crippled key systems. Explosions rippled through the enemy fleet as vital components were destroyed with pinpoint accuracy. The Zorathian dreadnought, the pride of their fleet, attempted to turn its massive cannons on the human ships. Before it could lock on, a squadron of human fighters, flying in perfect formation, unleashed a barrage of anti-matter missiles. The dreadnought's shields flickered and failed. Its hull breached in multiple places, flames erupted from within, and the colossal ship began to list, with its fate sealed. Amidst the chaos, General Rocker's command ship moved into position. From its underbelly, a swarm of drone fighters was released, each controlled by an AI network designed to adapt to enemy movements in real time. The drones weaved through the battlefield, targeting smaller Zorathian ships and support craft, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The Zorathian fleet, known for its discipline, found itself in disarray. Human resilience and ingenuity had turned the tide of battle. The Zorathians, accustomed to being the predators, were now the prey. When other species would take a step back, we, as humans, will take a step forward. When others would run in fear, screaming, we shall raise our weapons with intent and charge with a battle cry that will reverberate through the galaxy. Rocker relayed to his troops. The human ships pressed their advantage, capitalizing on the Zorathians' confusion. More enemy ships succumbed to the relentless assault, their defenses crumbling. As the battle raged on, the scale of the Zorathians' losses became apparent. What was supposed to be a dominant fleet, the pride of the Zorathians, had been decimated by this devastating strike. The humans had not only survived, but had claimed their first victory against a seemingly invincible foe. The remnants of the Zorathian fleet retreated, their confidence shattered. In their wake, the human ships regrouped, the taste of victory exhilarating. General Rocker allowed himself a rare moment of satisfaction. The Zorathians had learned a harsh lesson. Humanity would rather die on their feet than live on their knees. "We've sent a message today. Rocker said. "The war has just begun, but now they know we carry a big stick and are willing to use it." The humans had proven their mettle, and the galaxy would soon realize the strength and resilience of humanity. The Zorathians had underestimated them, but that mistake would not be repeated. At the Galactic Council chambers, a holographic display showed scenes of the Zorathian fleet's defeat, each image a testament to humanity's devastating counterattack. Council members from diverse species and worlds sat in stunned silence, their usual composure shattered by the unfolding reality. Their faces, often a mask of serene wisdom, now betrayed their inner turmoil. Humans, the species they had reluctantly admitted into their ranks, had accomplished what they had deemed impossible. This cannot be," murmured the representative from the Andari, a race known for their strategic acumen. "How did the humans win that fight alone?" he said in shock. "They fought with a ferocity we did not anticipate," replied another, a member of the Cerulean, renowned for their diplomatic skills, but their methods, so aggressive, so unorthodox. Debates erupted, filling the chamber with a cacophony of voices. The effectiveness of humanity's tactics was undeniable, yet their brutal efficiency clashed with the Council's principles of measured response and diplomacy. Some members argued that such methods were necessary in the face of the Zorathian threat, while others decried them as reckless and barbaric. "Can we condone such actions?" one counselor demanded. "If we embrace their ways, do we not become what we despise?" Amidst the heated discussions, a few voices rose in support of humanity. These counselors, recognizing the dire situation and the need for effective resistance, began to see humanity in a new light. They appreciated the ingenuity and resilience demonstrated by General Rocker and his forces. "Perhaps we have underestimated the humans," one elder counselor suggested thoughtfully. "Their methods may be harsh, but they are fighting for survival. There is strength in their resolve that we could learn from." Slowly, the atmosphere shifted. While skepticism and caution remained, a growing respect for humanity's unique approach to warfare began to take root. The Council, once divided in their opinion of the human race, now faced a new reality. Humanity was a force to be reckoned with, and their contribution to the Alliance could not be ignored. As the debates continued, it became clear that humanity's place in the Galactic Council was being re-evaluated. The once contentious members now found themselves considering the potential benefits of such fierce allies. The Zorathians had been dealt a significant blow, and it was the humans who had delivered it. In the aftermath of their victory, humanity's reputation began to shift from aggressive outliers to indispensable warriors. The Council's reluctant admiration grew into a recognition of their necessity in the ongoing fight against the Zorathian Empire. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a new era of cooperation and respect within the Galactic Council, forged through the fires of unexpected and hard-won triumphs. The Zorathians, humiliated by their unexpected defeat, launched a brutal counterattack with a ferocity that shook the galaxy. Their massive warships descended upon human colonies and outposts without mercy, killing all that came across their path. Planet-wide bombardments turned once thriving settlements into fields of ash and rubble. Human defenders, though valiant, faced overwhelming odds. Explosions lit up the dark void of space as Zorathian lasers cut through human defenses. Ground battles raged with desperate intensity. Cities became war zones where every street and building was contested. In the heart of the chaos, General Rocker stood as a pillar of strength. On the eve of another fierce battle, Rocker gathered his weary troops. "Listen up." Rocker's voice commanded attention. "We've been bloodied, but we are not broken. The Zorathians think they can crush our spirit, but they have underestimated us. We fight not just for survival, but for our right to exist as free beings. We fight for our families, our homes, and our future. Stand tall, stand together, and show them what humanity is made of." His words ignited a spark within his troops. The weariness in their eyes was replaced by a fierce determination. Rocker's leadership became a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience that rallied the human forces. The stories of human bravery and resilience spread like wildfire through the galaxy. Inspired by the humans' unyielding spirit, other species began to reconsider their stance. The council, previously fragmented and indecisive, started to coalesce into a unified front. Delegates who had once dismissed humanity now spoke of their valor with respect and admiration. A coalition began to form, blending the unique strengths of each species. The mystical arts of the Ceruleans combined with the technological prowess of the Andari and the strategic acumen of the Galactic Council as a whole melded with humanity's fierce tenacity. The entire coalition fleet, a dazzling array of ships, moved into position as they prepared for the decisive confrontation. The Zorathian fleet seemed as vast and imposing as the galaxy itself as they met the coalition fleet with a wall of firepower. The void of space erupted in a symphony of destruction as lasers, missiles, and energy blasts crisscrossed the cosmos. General Rocker maneuvered through the chaos of the climactic battle, his eyes fixed on the colossal Zorathian command vessel ahead. The ship was more like a dwarf planet than a vessel, its immense bulk bristling with weaponry and defenses. Its surface was a maze of fortified structures, shield generators, and hangar bays, all pulsating with ominous energy. Rocker's command ship darted through the barrage of enemy fire, evading blasts. With a swift command, Rocker opened the bay doors, unleashing a swarm of AI-controlled drone fighters. These nimble machines poured out in a flurry, swarming the massive ship and overwhelming its shields and guns in a targeted sector. The drones, displaying incredible precision, penetrated the enemy defenses and zeroed in on the massive shield generators protecting the side facing Rocker's command ship. Their shield generators exploded in a spectacular cascade of energy. Rocker seized the moment. "Alpha strike," he commanded. "All guns to bear and fire at will." The order echoed through his ship as every available weapon locked onto the vulnerable sector of the enemy vessel. A barrage of concentrated firepower erupted from Rocker's command ship, striking the Zorathian behemoth with devastating force. The mighty warship shuddered under the relentless assault, its once impenetrable armor crumbling as Rocker led the final push, determined to turn the tide of battle in humanity's favor. The Zorathian command ship exploded in a brilliant burst of light, signaling the end of the battle. The remaining Zorathian forces, leaderless and demoralized, retreated into the depths of space. The coalition, though battered, emerged victorious. The cost of victory was steep, with many lives lost in the struggle. General Rocker stood amidst his comrades. He spoke. Humanity had proven their worth, not just as warriors, but as leaders who could inspire and unite. The galaxy, forever changed by the conflict, now looked to the future with a renewed sense of unity and determination. The stars, once witnesses to destruction, now shined brightly with the promise of a new dawn. The debris of the epic conflict drifted through the void, a stark reminder of the ferocity of the struggle. Yet amidst the ruins, a new dawn was breaking. The Galactic Council, once divided and hesitant, now stood as a united front. The coalition, forged in the crucible of war and tempered by the sacrifices of countless heroes, had emerged victorious. The Zorathian threat had been vanquished, and with it, the galaxy breathed a collective sigh of relief. In the hallowed chambers of the Council, representatives from all species gathered, where General Rocker and his team were celebrated as heroes. The cost of war had been immense, with many lives lost and countless worlds scarred by the conflict. Yet through the darkness, humanity's enduring spirit had shone brightly. The narrative of their defiance against tyranny and their unwavering resilience served as a beacon for all species. This is not goodbye, nor the end. Until the story continues, my friends. B.N.Rocker.